Sarah, and I am the Literacy and Volunteer Services Manager at Monterey County Free Libraries. And we are going to do some cool down yoga today because it's hot. So I'm going to sit, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, and I'm going to lift my hips up here. So let's find a way, everybody, to get into a comfortable sitting position. We're not going to move around much today in the heat. We're going to conserve our energy. And let's, once you find your comfortable seat, I like my hips above my knees, and I'm just going to place my hands on my thighs. And from here, I'm going to come into the moment, taking 3 deep breaths and maybe having my eyes closed to just come here and leave everything else outside. So the first thing we're going to do is called cooling breath, sitali breath. And in that breath, you make what is sometimes referred to as a taco with your tongue. And if you are not able to do that, you just make a small O with your tongue, with your lips. So taco with the tongue, small O with the lips if you can't make the taco. And the taco is if you roll the sides of your tongue up so you have like a straw that you're breathing through. And we're going to use that for the inhale. So, and we're going to do this 5 times. So we're inhaling through either a small O or the taco of our tongue, and then we're exhaling through the nose. And just real slow inhale, that cools the breath as it comes in, and then a slow exhale as the breath goes out through the nose. All right, so wiggle around if you have to get comfortable again. A few shoulder rolls if you're me, and taco with the tongue. Eyes can be open or closed if you like. Inhale through your small aperture. As you're inhaling, feeling the belly fill up, and then the lungs fill up, and then when you're finished inhaling, you exhale through the nose. Let's do it again. And one more complete inhale through the straw of the tongue, and an exhale through the nose. Very nice. From there, we're going to come into a seat. We're actually going to swing around, and from here we're going to come into my favorite and most safe feeling pose, which is child's pose. I have to take my glasses off for this. You can too. And I'm sitting back on the hips with the back on the feet with the hips, and I'm just stretching forward, and you can crawl forward to a stretch with the forehead on the ground. If this doesn't work for you, you can take something, like I have my block here, and you can put that either underneath your hips if the hips aren't sitting on the feet, or maybe if it's hard to come forward this way, the forehead on the block or a book from there. Stretch the arms forward. Some people call this cupcake. Cupcake the hands. You can tent the hands onto the fingers or just lay them flat. I'm going to tent one. No hyperextension in the elbows. And just take a few breaths here. Child's pose.
feeling the air go all the way into the lower belly, feeling a stretch in the upper back, feeling a stretch in the hips, and again, pressing those fingertips into the mat, and a slight bend in the elbows so that you're not hyperextending. All right, I feel my ribs pushing against my thighs as I inhale with the expansion of the inhale. It's kind of funny. All right, from here, I'm going to crawl back with my hands and push myself up. I don't want any sudden movements, not just for me, but because we're keeping cool. And from here, I'm going to do something called puppy pose. So I'm going to come back a little bit. And actually, there you keep your knees on the ground and the hips up. And then again, crawl forward. And that's a little bit of a different stretch across the chest. And you definitely feel differently in your hips. You can flex the toes and put those on your mat, or you can leave the feet flat on the mat, depending on how active or passive you want your legs to be in this stretch. All right, and from there, again, I'm going to crawl back up slowly so that I don't get a head rush. And from here, I'm going to just plant the right foot in front with the knee bent. So both knees are bent, but the shin of the back foot is in the back. On one knee on the floor and the other foot on the floor. And then if it's comfortable, you can lean forward a little bit with the weight, or if not, that's too much stretch on the calf, on the thigh back here, you can pull back, whichever is more comfortable, and then raise the arms. Let's do 5 breaths here. Shoulders out of the ears, nice stretch, fingers are wide, nice loose, comfortable neck, no holding in the neck. Maybe closing the eyes and letting go of the mouth, the jaw, again the neck, the ears, shoulders away from the ears. Breathing slowly. And now we'll bring the arms down for balance and switch up the legs. So the right one goes back to be in the knee position, and the left one comes forward. So left foot is forward, right foot is flat, both knees are bent. And then we're going to find a comfortable space. Again, stretching this thigh of the right if you want, or keeping it square depending on how much stretch you want in your thigh. Arms up, shoulders out of the ears, looking straight forward so as not to yank the neck, and several breaths here again, reaching out through the fingertips, maybe pad the knee if that's comfortable for you, and feeling definite stretch through the spine and the arms, wide across the collarbones. And on the exhale, coming down and planting the hands again and bringing that knee to meet the other knee. Let's do, since we're in this position, a little cat-cow. So up for cat and down for cow. Exhale, inhale up, exhale, and one more. Inhale, spine round, and exhale, come down. You can come back now here, and that was just a nice cool down for your hot day. And we'll come back to crisscross applesauce. If you remember which knee was on top last time, use the other one this time. And I'm planting my hands again on my thighs and breathing slowly in
saying farewell to my mat and hello to the things that are waiting for me outside this room. Hands come together, thumbs touch the chest, and thank you for taking this moment with me to cool down together in a slow fashion. See you next time.